2.1. The 2.1 private server. Last circle. This level required quite a lot of updates earlier today. I'm going to show you multiple changes in the level by showing them in the editor before we get started. So, let's head into the editor here. I added the activate boxes to make these clicks more consistent. The sideways were moved around to make these clicks a lot more consistent too. It's 02. The level being made of 2.2 in mind originally, but putting it to the 2.1 private server was a bit of a nightmare. A lot of these things would have to do with 2.1 being different. I beat it initially in like 240 Hz and didn't even realize certain things. I don't think I can avoid the gravity changes. But I've never played it in 2.1, so I never noticed certain issues. Like the gravity changes, I forgot that it would be done with a teleport trigger. You can see that I collected the boxes here, and this is done by using a totally different object entirely. I'm gonna play this version. Over 1%. Some reason finding memory is gone again. As you can see, it's now my level plays identically to the 2.2 version. By the way, the teleport trigger is replaced with teleport portals. So the standard teleportals you're already familiar with. Also, yes, I have updated health circles. I'm gonna show you in clip one. Let's say for enabled. If this ever gets verified by anyone, this is likely to get rated. The part I already showed off peak. The peak editing skills of Final 11. It's one of my best creations yet. I'm not even on half speed. This updated version, look. It doesn't look like the updated version. Did I? No, it doesn't look like I updated a lot. I think I didn't yet, wasn't yet able to. The rest of the part, no. By the way, this is my 2.2 save file. This This is gonna not work! Let's see. Wait a minute. We are able to load the level. We need to get rid of those fight positions. Holy fuck. The level loads normally in the editor. Nothing seems to be wrong. We need a double speed portal here. Wait. This level is fucking ridiculous for how well it still works. So, yeah, you might think this is 2.1. I just noticed that, and I'm like, Staying V2 can actually upload it here. There needs to be a lot of improvements. Remember that. First, we need some creator hacks. Editor extension. Editor extension. What does it do upward? So, before we can build this in the 2.2 edit, 2.1, let's head over to modern day Geometry Dash. You know something? We are on, the vanilla servers. We're not on the vanilla servers, are we? There we go. We need to reload our game. And then, so, the level needs some alterations before able to reload into the 2.1 editor. You might already notice though, why is the button still broken? I don't really know. The last part is above the editor in the 2.1 editor. 2.1. What are those default blocks for? The right place. I think I know what they are. Looking pretty sweet. Yeah, I know. They are the hitboxes. Pretty nice. Oh, they are invisible. But some make invisible teleport. Yes, they are invisible. I don't know how the teleporters work. I guess. What is to do? Good question. Look at the song name. Can you already guess what level this is? By the way, I am using a mod to do some stuff. Wait! Sonic 5 Experiment 350 downloads! Holy shit! We are looking at a like Mingo reader much better. Panic Beach! only has 17. Zoink never clear. This level flashbangs you. So insane visuals. It is just AKA the level gets anyone with epilepsy is triggered by this level. Worse than any other beauty level ever made. Yeah, somebody's did this. Look. Yes, I updated Dimension actually. I did some goofy mistakes in this update. Open the first little mistake I made is not in this first mini wave. It is in this second one. Where is this mistake? So there is one with a two hitbox. Is it the second or the first? Looks like the first. Was it somewhere else in the level? Made a mistake! But there's an extra hitbox that doesn't even need to be there. So this hitbox, it actually makes us think a lot harder than it has any reason to be. There we are! These two hitboxes! These hitboxes! This one here and this one here do not need to exist! Another mistake comes in this mini wave part. You can abuse it or anything, but this hitbox it actually opens up a bit of a swag round. If you're brave enough to take it, and this is a gap big enough to pass with your mini wave, yeah, something open up in this swag round. This is a beauty and optimization update. There's nothing more to it. But the fact gonna stay the way it is, I'm gonna go back and optimize these levels. I feel like having some of my maps rated too. I don't know why I never get anything rated. I should have already gotten the creator point by now. Do I? I have a lot of levels. There we are. Stalemate V2! This level is well made! We gotta go! This is like the final part. I'm like pretty questioning. I'm actually disabling the audio guidelines and the effect lines or keep duration lines. I'm actually pretty concerned for this part. Whoa! I completely forgot about leaving a copy of that down there. Okay, I'm gonna delete this. There's enough space for this whole entire part. The shoulder ground. Do I shoulder ground? Oh, it's There's the ground. So like a sheet load of space. I'm gonna space them out kind of like this. So then we have this ending. Parts of this go above the editor, by the way. I know these massive orbs here. They're just super scaled. On the scale again. It's actually I don't see. I don't know. This is gonna be ordered a lot differently in the editor. We also have the shader. That just sets everything black. That also needs to be recreated in 2.1. So that's gonna be the thing I'm gonna do. Take this amazing Geometry Dash level and convert it to be used in the 2.1 editor. The first step means reorganizing some parts. Getting ready to export this. Slap it to a desktop with a GMB. We can now get out of modern Geometry Dash and do the last part of the port, which relies on 2.1. Heading over to our desktop and importing the level, we get stalemate v2 space 2, which we need to open. For some reason it's tiny. There we are! You're gonna see all of the problems with the 2.1 version come back. Some of the triggers up there, but we do not need to touch any of the triggers, by the way. We do need to touch hitboxes and other stuff. Let's just play. However, piloting is in fact updated. By the way, this transition is not going to be possible anymore. It is a failed trigger. This transition is going to be scrapped altogether. It already looks like complete garbage to begin with. So this transition is getting thrown away, along with the hide and show player objects. So, let's open the level and see what I get presented with. Wait! What? What the hell? Not all gravity here, heading into this. Let's see. Holy fuck. There are multiple portals in here, which doesn't really matter. But to fix this part, this is gonna not be anywhere close to being ready right now. This UFO has way too high gravity. So, scroll out the editor and back in. These orbs in the level all need to be added to a. The first part we fixed is the final part. I'm gonna define group 28 as the invisible objects group. Unfortunately, it's been one of these. Let's scale these up. How massive are they? Look, they're now huge. We need to see the hitboxes. So, let's play the level and see. Wait, there we go. Seeing as the 2.1 GDPS is gonna be impressive. It's me remaking the 2.2 level that works in 2.1, by the way. Yeah, this is a level. This is, by the way, mostly a 2.1 level. No, there is this one part that's not gonna work anymore. It's a string copter, by the way. But I'm gonna realize that it's a string copter if I do this and put a ship portal in its place. Let's check out the rest of the level. Let me get out of my little slowdown. Learning it properly now, and I'm very excited for this level. Look at me playing it on screen. This works properly. Let's do the next part. And it is this very first part. The art does not look good. Oh shit. Oh, how goofy. The accepted models do not look normal, but I am able to progress slowly. And to progress into the first mini wave. I don't have these default blocks, I do not know. This level is really atmospheric. Yeah, this by the way is a bug, but this is never fixed. But I updated this level numerous times and just left this in here. This ball, this does not behave normal in the slightest. Okay. This does not look good, but your robot break. This part isn't gonna break either. I did have to replace one spin copter with the ship. I'm gonna find a much better solution for that. This part breaks! This transition definitely breaks. But then these breaks are very common now. But all of these are very consistent. Put them on this group. Do I already have an invisible group by this point? No, I actually don't. Made completely invisible. So, now the invisible group is set up. Now, grab every single default block, which already has like a shit ton of groups in them. And the groups 28 to every single invisible block. So this fixes a lot of hitboxes being accidentally made visible. Oh, none of the slopes at least have any group IDs assigned to them. Very nice. Now, much, much better. By the way, these wave parts here, yeah, they're gonna get extra boxes. Is there a Q portal to begin with? I do not see a Q portal. It's actually up there. So here's a 2.2. I remember using 2.2 thing here. The problems are slowly being the level slowly comes together now. Parts like this that just be standard groove triggers do not need any change. Most of the parts are already fine by this point. Goes all the more technical stuff. By the way, which also includes the ending somehow. So, we now need to make this background thing invisible. Group 31, which is made invisible here. So, let's get through this in one run. It looks completely fine. Wait, this is actually pretty hilarious. If you're going to the physics changed in terms of this, it will actually now break. So many 2.2 things I learned that happen to have broken in this level. I'm gonna do this instead. This break very commonly just breaks. This dual entry somehow is not never a consistent thing. Has a edit special. Wait, do these have edit special anymore? Wait, they actually don't. What? They don't have edit special. 0.1. Hey, what the fuck? Why is the cube just normal cube? I actually never get why this transition keeps breaking all of the time. And if I do, this transition has never broken on me. Once. The part was extremely easy to make and it immediately just worked. The gravity is no, is there any reset the gravity in them? I do remember one. By stacking a whole bunch of those portals on top of each other. Yeah, I need to do a whole bunch of portal stacking. Usage of the invisible group. This should do it. Oh, it actually works. Let's see. So what would like the most hated transition into a level ever? Why is this cube? Oh, now it looks normal. Why is the cube up there? It is so strange. Let's not do this. Do immediately, maybe. Oh, that fixed it. However, normally the gravity normally says a normal gravity too. I'm pretty annoyed right now. Also, there's a deduction into the part. Yeah, there's a lot that is not the same between both the 2.1 and the 2.2 version. This level sadly has to play differently because it's running on 2.1. However, who really needs to give a shit about it? That was always gonna be played different. As the Spring Copter, for example, doesn't exist in 2.1, so I'm gonna put a ship instead. That's the closest I can get. They and I beat the level. There's a lot to do, especially relating to this last part. So I'm gonna do that actually is by taking everything, putting them in a group, making the background pitch black in the middle of this transition because the player's already done with the gameplay. Also, up to this point, all of the triggers will be deleted, but most importantly, there we go. A lot more unique of a fade out animation. But it actually stays visible this time. This is a very weird dual part. Why is the background not always going away? Why very much forgot the background is actually moving with the part. Okay. Here's the background layer. We enable the link controls, which barely adds anything to this to begin with. Now, with the background will be selected, let's check this out. This is completely different in the 2.2 version. There we are! By the way, I will be making a bottle showcase in the 2.2 version of the game. Because it's much easier to make a bottle showcase on 2.2 than it is in 2.1. I haven't made a 2.1 showcase of anything. So, these parts were normal. They did nothing. This is hilarious. The fact that, oh, the scaling is straight up completely falling apart. This part decoration is falling apart. We can fix that. What is the normal scaling? What is the normal object size? Here we are in the latest version. That is how they are supposed to look. Let's see. 0.5. There we go. I replicated them perfectly. We still have these much bigger ones to deal with. How large are they? They are also half size. They're half size, by the way. How about to 2.1 editor still reset the scale? There we are. This now looks completely normal. Here we are. Uh, this certainly does not look normal, but it does. The boxes do not look good, but how about the rest of the first lot? Genuinely, here's the pre-drop. Everything looks perfectly normal. You're gonna notice another one. It's this thing. Of course, this guy did not made it. Is not gonna make it in here. Oh, yeah, this guy's gonna not be here. By the way, they are fixed boxes. They're gonna be made invisible because the real level has them. But that's about it. Yeah, the goofy box. Either way, let's fix the boxes scenario. So, fixing the boxes should of this level might first be straightforward. It actually is pretty straightforward. So, for example, here we are. All I need to do is do this. Select these two objects. Move them over like this, and they are perfectly normal. They need to be moved up. This wave doesn't have any problems. This ball does! And this is addressed by adding an invisible object here. And what this does is, when you enter the drop, it just fixes this. But there's a lot of start positions that do not need to be here. By the way, they will also all be removed at some point. We are on the last good looking part for now. By the way, do you know that these stems in this wave part don't have hitboxes? Do you know that? By the way, this is consistent with the 2.2 version. If we go here, their stems don't have hitboxes. Only noticed it really late, but then I actually found this kind of funny, so I kept these in here. By the way, these hitboxes just need the scaling to be fixed. Let's check the scaling in the real geometry dash edit. This is how they look like, and this is how they are scaled. Oh, they are actually 4 times sized. All of them are 4 times scaled. Something that the geometry dash editor officially supports is 2.2. So let's bring up the scaling interface somewhere and change the scaling. There we go. So now that the boxes are also accurate, let's delete all of the start positions too. Now, I did not see anything out of place. Because I'm going to practice run on the real level. Well, whoa! Fun to have. Maybe I'm gonna remove them. StameMate V2 is gonna be uploaded to the 2.1 private server once I make sure it's possible and then ready. There is a visual glitch and the next thing level. The last one still has the object. I just forgot to remove it from there. Nice. Add 6 to its group ID. So, like the invisible vessel. Alright. So fixing this I just step this move down. Stop it. By the way, this was nerfed. That was actually a double sticker. Double normal size portals in the space. You made it to the top. My Band-Aid fix works. Great. I'm gonna interact with the hitbox again normally. Yes, let's go. Whoa, 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 whoa! We right at 54! Yes! There we go! We got past the halfway point. What we need to do is move this down. Easiest fix in the world! I just downloaded the song. Just remembered. Actually, download the song called the Stalemate song. This level is like a bag. It's so good. What is this meta thing? Practice music hack. Let's go. Look how tame the background is for the first part. I mean, let's go. This show breaks. The entrance into the mini ball thing. Of course breaks. So it is the first part that breaks and is this mini ball entrance. Look, it kinda works, it kinda doesn't work sometimes. So the fix is there we go. Wait, what? I'm actually going to do the so the hitbox is here. So when the hitbox is shown, we already remade this kind of line earlier today. So I'm actually going to use the exact same method to fake this outline. There we go. And now it's gonna work. You see here. Of course, it also has to be done for the exit out of the wall too. go. This is gonna break because the pads no longer have the thing. Am I gonna stay under this? There we go. It worked properly. So now I fixed. Wow. We already have our first game crash for today. Wait, it wasn't even the 2.1 private server, it was just regular Geometry Dash. Taking the act, taking the L. Yeah, there we are. Certainly an L moment, in my opinion. Having the game, having me believe the game crash, even though it came on the latest version of Geometry Dash, which, why do I get L? My Geometry Dash is very unstable on Geometry Dash is unstable on PC, especially. It's just Geometry Dash being this unstable. I currently don't know a fix for this issue. It's getting a lot of crashes, like a lot more than usual. I'm actually quitting GD again if these crashes continue. And then I took a break over summer. And if the game doesn't stop crashing all the time, then I'm just going to quit the game. I need multiple gravity pads laid on top of each other. I mean, as in Discovery, I'm just gonna duplicate the pads. So, first acquisition here. See, we do not use anywhere close to be enough blue pads. That's enough. We now need to properly address the gravity portal issue here. There we are. Let's what's the break? Oh, I realized. I just realized these outer gravity portals, these outer gravity pads do work. It is much improved. Using inverted scaling because geometry is faster in a beneficial way. Okay, that this gravity portal here, so now that we add the portals back in this quick pattern part, we have normal gravity, so the swap between normal and inverted, like the level normally does. Now, this part is gonna be a lot better. Now level 1 so this ship is a little less consistent. It's gonna be fine anyway. I forgot I had no clip on it. Higher turn. Leave practice, yes, practice. It's just fine. If the play is set, it will play the same. How about that part? How do you remember that trick pattern though? There's a lot more than beating normal. Oh, I got it! I got it! I got the practice run. So, I'm gonna call this complete. Let's play to the server. There they are. The pilot says I have this level now. Let's go on! It looks very much like the 2.2 level. Now the only part that is definitely being the swing copter and the duel at the very end, the ending duel because feature changes. The duel got a shit load of changes. Yeah, it's very different to the original level. But this is a 2.2 Geometry level. We made it to the top! This is actually challenging because it's like debugged. Not like impossible though. May touch his level up in the future a little bit more. It's a bug like this that's going to level. But it's not possible. The setting is way harder. There are some notable points. The duel at the end is way more difficult than it is in the 2.2 version. I think this level is at least getting a star rate. I see my other upload, not even getting star rate yet. It has an bonus copy. Yeah. Wait, this is actual event. Why do I have a copy of a bonus on my save file? A turnus! Ew. I'm fine. Level. Cross breaks completely. Not just being completely impossible. What I'm gonna do is end the stream here.